The first,
Yeah,
I
sure.
think, is Hoskin Elliott, who he won the holding the ball decision.
In the first example with Hoskin Elliott, he has a prior opportunity. Once he's tackled, his obligation is he must handball or kick the ball, so he needs to dispose. And you can hear the umpire call play on handball, and on the review, when they replay it, you can clearly see that he does get a handball. It's not a massive handball, goes about half a metre to a metre, but it's a handball.
Crisp is, I think this is the trigger point, so he gets run down by Danaher. This is the one where play stops.
This is the one where he has a prior opportunity. The first tackle doesn't stick, and then the second tackle takes him to ground. And again, because he's had a prior opportunity, he must either handball or kick the ball. And clearly on the replay, he handballs the ball. And so we can't penalise a player for holding the ball when he actually disposes of the football.
Did Scott Pendlebury duck for high contact?
No, he clearly doesn't duck. I think some of the commentary has been around whether he, I think the words put mayo on it or souped it up. But Scott Pendlebury's put his head down to pick up the ball. Now, you know, the fundamental basis of our rules is to protect the player who goes the ball. And so he puts his head down to pick up the ball, and then two Essendon players meet him front on, and there's contact to the head. Now, the only time that will not be a free kick is if the Essendon players are stationary and Scott Pendlebury actually runs into the Essendon players. That's when we must call play on. But in that scenario, Scott's put his head down to pick up the ball. The Essendon players move towards him and make contact to his head, so you have to pay a free kick. And
Did Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti get taken high?
Yeah, well, this is a really good call. I think the umpire was Brendan Hosking, and the rule came in about the change to the high tackle rule came in about 3 years ago, where the AFL wanted to not award free kicks to players who contributed to the tackle going high. And this is a great example of that, where the tackle gets Anthony around the arm initially, and then in an effort to sort of get out of the tackle, he lifts his arm, and then the tackle goes around the neck. And so that's the very reason, that amendment to the rule.
And then Callum Brown with the push in the back call and the little sequence that leads up to that. Was that all adjudged correctly?
Yeah, so if I can go through that one, that's prior opportunity, but from a different perspective. So that's that's holding the ball without a prior opportunity. So we've spoken, the first two examples of holding the ball was where a player did have prior opportunity. This is a scenario where I think it's Stevenson doesn't have a prior opportunity. So then what the player must do then is make an attempt to kick or handball. He doesn't have to successfully kick or handball. And, you know, we'll constantly hear, through supporters or commentary, how did the player dispose of that? Well, what we need to remember is that when a player doesn't have a prior opportunity, he doesn't need to successfully dispose. He only needs to attempt to dispose.
Yep.
Now, in this case, he actually does dispose in that he ends up getting a kick to the ball. But even if he didn't get a kick to the ball, the fact that he attempts to kick the ball would be enough. So in this scenario, he has no prior opportunity. He's tackled, and then he throws the ball to the boot and gets a kick away, a very small one, but it's a kick. And so play on must be the call. Then what happens is Callum Brown's...
That's a clear free kick in the back.